Today on the channel, fresh off the Target Haulathon, we've got the cartoon NECA Ninja Turtles, Rex-1.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA Cartoon Ninja Turtle unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got a deluxe one, as we've got Rex-1. But for all your NECA Ninja Turtle needs that aren't Target Haulathon and Target exclusives, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, anything over $39, it does ship free. Got to get a deal out there, folks. But Rex-1 coming to us fresh off the Target Haulathon, of course, where Target really threw up about $700-800 worth of NECA Turtle merchandise. Just absolute insanity. And we're working our way through all of that here on the channel, so make sure you do subscribe, as we'll be unboxing every single one of these eventually here on the channel, and even earlier on Patreon. Cheap plug there. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Let's take a look at old Rex-1. Big, heavy figure here, as you can see. There he is on the front. Nice cartoon graphics going on. You got the turtles. Old Donatello seeing hard times like a young big boss man there. Ninja Turtle logo at the top. We always love that. Let's say down here, from the files of the Pizza Squad. And all the Pizza Squad. We all love that. Says the same thing on the side. Love the VHS style packaging we see with these deluxe figures. We've had quite a few of them over the last couple of years. This is volume number 9, so we've had 9 of them over the last few years, but there it is. Beautiful packaging. Turtle logo on the top, of course. And on the back, that's where the magic happens. We got some glamour shots. We got the big blurb right there. And one thing I keep seeing it, it's like catches my eye, is this green guy right here. I keep thinking it's the Savage Dragon, and I love me some Savage Dragon. Love the Savage Dragon Turtle crossover from Playmates. More Savage Dragon figures, please. But I look at that, I'm like, is that Savage Dragon? What's going on here? But it's just some green street tough is what that is right there. But let's see what it says about our friend Rex-1. Well, actually, let me open this first. Let's show that off. There it is. Big window pack. Look at that. Beautiful glamour shot. Like that a whole lot. Now let's see what it says about our friend Rex-1 on the back here. Oh boy, we got War and Peace back here too. Crime wave clamps down on New York City, and Channel 6's star reporter April O'Neil is the latest victim. After a couple of crummy crooks burgle her apartment, April receives a tip-top tip leading her to a big scoop. The understaffed police department has developed a robot enforcement experiment, aka Rex-1, programmed to serve and protect you. Meanwhile, in his wicked warehouse, the sinister Shredder has stumbled upon a terrifying techno trick, stolen blueprints to mass-produce a criminal constabulary, there we go, easy for me to say, to crush the Turtles, control the city, and conquer the world. To fight Shredhead's felonious fuzz, Rex requires the ultimate Robo reboot. VHS tapes. Oh yes, the power of VHS compels you. Powered by pop culture and pizza, Rex-1 delivers the final blow, shutting down Shredder's automatronic aspirations. Crime does not compute for Rex-1. Oh, yes, and we all know the 80s, early 90s. It was all about robot police officers. Everybody loved themselves some RoboCop. They love themselves some Rex-1 as well. Off to the side, a gentle see you later for Rex-1. Looks like we got double plastic prisons going on here. All about the double plastic prison. We got all the extra hands here. Got the big old figure, VHS tapes, weapons. He's just loaded for bear. And let me take this offline. Let me get all these twist ties off, all that kind of fun stuff. And we'll be back talking all things Rex-1. All right, let's get down to business. Got Rex-1 out of the packaging here, and let's start it off. Let's go through his accessories, and let's start off with the hands. He did come to fight. He did come to clean up the streets with 2 robot Fists of Fury. So we got the Fists of Fury right there. Over here for these other hands are very interesting and intriguing. So we got 2 splayed out hands, 2 saluting hands. So we can give you one of those if need be. So we do have those hands right here. We do get 2 gripping hands, of course, for his weapon. So he can hold his weapon with this, his gun. Looking nice there with trigger hands and everything else. Then we got 2 splayed out hands, giving a little bit of a jazz hand feel right there. So we do have that. And then we have 1 extra hand where he's holding a little part. It's a little sprocket, I guess, he's holding there. So you can have him doing that if you are so inclined. Nice white hands here. Almost look like white gloves with black lining and stuff. Very cartoon looking here. which does definitely fit with the vibe of the cartoon NECA line. So I like that hand right here. So you got all your hands there. Choose your own hand adventure, as we always say. We got a little container of oil. You know how I know it's oil? It says it right there. Yes, it does. Oil can here. Of course, much like the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz, you got to oil up them joints, get him ready to go, get him free flowing there. So we do have that if needed. Great for your figure photographers. Then you got a little detector, very scientific, very Donatello, very something like that. I guess maybe this is how they helped control Rex. They use some of this, the old gizmos and gadgets right here, looking really nice. Very scientific looking, all blue, like a big giant calculator, I guess is what it reminds me of. Then we do get his two blasters, very futuristic looking blaster guns. Have to heat this one up a little bit. It's a little off center, a little bit wild here, but he does have two blaster guns. He is a police officer after all. He's got to have some weapons, and we got two weapons here, look to be identical. Just opposite ones, so very similar, but very, I wouldn't even say very different. They are similar, but they are technically different here between the two weapons. So we got two weapons for Rex, and then we talked about the back of the package, VHS tapes, that's how we learn. So we got 3 different VHS tapes, and we got a VHS tape with the accessory pack. We got VHS tapes in the past with some of these turtle things, so I'm not opposed to this. Very cool, good for figure photographers, not just for the cartoon line, any toy line, you could use these VHS tapes, get some use out of that. And then this one confused me a little bit right out of the package. I said, what is this? And then I figured it out. It is a tongue. So we will stick the tongue in his head here, I guess, and it fits right there in his mouth. You got a little slot there, slits in, and you can get that big old robot tongue going on. I don't think I'm going to display him that way, but very interesting and a nice little add-in, nice little something to make him feel a little bit different, so I do like that. So a good amount of accessories here for this big giant figure. This is a deluxe figure, of course, not quite the size of Chrome Dome. We'll do some comparisons later on in this video, but a very, very good looking figure. I love the blue color here, the very police blue against the darker kind of blue, the navy blue maybe, and then the grays, just a very good color scheme throughout. We talked about the hands being in white and black. That is on point with the two fists there. Got two discs on the side kind of by his belt. Got that going on. And then I guess we'll break it down. Let's look at the head first. We got the policeman hat on, looking nice. Hat is not removable. He does got some police shades on. They almost look like sunglasses there. Nice white color against the blue. And then do we get any jaw articulation? We get just not really, maybe a hair jaw articulation, not a ton, just a little bit down and up. So that does help with putting that tongue in if need be. But we do have a little bit of movement. He's got a slit for a mouth. He's got a nose. He's got enough personality here for a robot for sure. Looking real nice. He's got two flaps on the front, which I didn't realize these opened up until I got him out of the package, but you can open him up right here, and you can see all of his gadgets, gizmos, all of his circuits, things like that, buttons. You can reprogram him for good, reprogram him for bad, reprogram him for some pizzas. Who knows? You got the Rex-1 badge there. You got his police officer badge there. You got some silver accents against the blue, which making it look very mechanical, but also law enforcement-like at the same time, looking really good. And then you get down to the legs, and it's just very robotic throughout. He's got the big old feet down here, which is nice, going to help him stand. He does have holes in his feet. You don't really need it, but let's see. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, save 10% on the old Mattel stands, as those do fit work on there really well, but not really needed with the big feet he has here. I will say, it seems that his right leg to me is a little bit shorter than his left leg. I don't know if that needs heated up or what, but it's just a hair. It's just enough to make a difference to give him a little bit lean to the side. That is a little bit annoying. Your mileage may vary on that, but I have noticed that he just has a little bit of a lean to the side. It's not the end of the world, but you can kind of see where that goes. So I don't know if I can straighten him out, if I can get that fixed. Maybe some heat will do, but that is one thing I've noticed, that you OCD types, you might have an issue with that a little bit. But let's walk through the articulation. Of course, the head, side to side, back and forth, up and down. Pretty good movement. I think enough movement for a robot. Arms do go all the way around. You do get a bicep cut, but you're very much limited in your articulation unless you move his arm out. If you move the arm all the way out like so, you can definitely turn at the bicep, but right against the body, you're going to hit things. He does got the single jointed elbows, then hands back and forth, side to side, hands being removable, of course. And you do get the hula hoop at the top, a little bit of articulation there, not terribly crazy. No traditional waist articulation on him. He can do a little bit of those robot splits. Of course, those side pieces are going to limit it a little bit. You don't want to push too hard because I can see these things breaking off on you, and that's all you want. And then you do get the articulation at the legs. He can go forward, decent amount. Oh boy, those knees. Oh, very tight, but I did break through. We got the tight knees, looking really good, single jointed. Then back and forth, up and down on the boots, so plenty of movement right there. for him. But boy, he's a big chunky boy, that's for sure. He's got a lot of girth to him. He might not be as tall as Chrome Dome, but boy, he's sturdy, he's wide. He's a big dude. My biggest gripe, my only real gripe with this figure is the legs being a little bit uneven. Hopefully I can straighten that out a little bit, but a good looking figure, a bit of a deep cut, I'd have to be honest. I do remember this. It's one of those things, totally forget about it. Haven't thought about him in 20 years since you watched the cartoon. Then you see him, you're like, wait a minute, and it's all slowly comes back to you. That's kind of how I felt about this Rex figure here. But very cool. It's always fun to get a big figure, a giant figure. I'm always here for that, as you guys know. But let's compare him to another NECA turtle. We got old Leonardo right here from the cartoon line. So you can see that scaling difference. That is a pretty big height difference between these guys right here, as you can tell. So that does look really good in my mind, for sure. And then I did talk about Chrome Dome. Let's get them out. You can see that height difference right there. That is quite the difference. But Chrome Dome, it's pretty close, actually. He's definitely bulkier. Chrome Dome a little bit skinnier, but a lot taller than Rex right here. So that does look pretty good. And of course, if you're talking mechanical police officers, there's only one place you can go from there. You go to Detroit. Who do you pull out? You pull out NECA's RoboCop. You put him there. Him and Rex are going to clean up the streets as a buddy cop tag team movie we always wanted to see, that we just didn't know it was a possibility until now. Maybe I'll get some toy photography and we'll do a whole movie around these two cleaning up the streets of Detroit. Maybe we could do that. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, the guest appearance by the Turtles would be just a great show. It would just be a great show at the end of the day. There's a little bit of the old comparisons here with Chrome Dome, RoboCop, and of course, Mr. Leonardo. So Rex, not bad in my book. A little bit more expensive than I would like. You're looking at over $50 for this guy. So he is a expensive piece of plastic, but it seems like plastic is super expensive these days. So that's kind of the way it goes, the way of the world, I guess we'll say. But as we always also say, you got to vote with your wallet. So depends, how do you feel about this? Are you going to grab Rex for your personal collection? I guess sound off and let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day, and we got even more content, including early access to videos like this, over on the Patreon channel. Make sure you check that one out. It is truly your best way to support the channel, and you get a lot of bonus content over there. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees. They got all kinds of stuff. Turtle Anxiety t-shirt is the best seller over there, as you guys might guess. And then you can also hit me up and follow along over on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Captain Rex and the Cartoon Ninja Turtles, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.